So one of the biggest struggles I've had working in SEO and content marketing for 10 years now has always been graphics and imagery to accompany content. And I think this applies to a ton of service providers, companies, agencies out there. Yes, you can do great technical work on a website. Yes, you can write great content. You can even acquire backlinks. But for a lot of companies, adding this visual flavor to their content work has always been a challenge because, well, design is kind of tricky and it's another whole skill in itself. And even to the point where I know a lot of agencies don't offer or provide images with their website and blog content that they're providing for their SEO clients because there's copyright worries, there's the time and the expense of hiring a professional designer. But that kind of sucks for the quality of content, doesn't it? And it's not great for a client or anyone trying to run a website because you're kind of getting 90% of the way there and then not providing that final step. You're kind of not hitting the highest quality of content you could be, which is affecting results. Or, you're leaving someone in the lurch. You've done 90% of the job, and then the last 10% is kind of like, well, that's not my problem. We don't do that. Worry about that for yourself, which is a pain in the arse. Because although it seems easy, fiddling around and creating high-quality graphics and imagery can be very time-consuming and quite frustrating if you don't really know what you're doing. And so when sites like Unsplash came out and all this royalty-free imagery came out, it was great. Everyone suddenly had all the images in the world to go and use with their content. Except now, everyone has access to them, and they've become quite generic and boring. If you've worked in SEO or marketing for any number of years, you'll remember a time when infographics were all the rage, right? You'd use them in every blog post, in every social media, in every backlinking strategy, and they had their time and they worked great. And if you were around then, you would have been probably drawn to a site called PiktoChart, which is this. And I'd forgotten about this site for years because, well, I got bored of infographics and we started doing video and more fancy things, I guess, or they just felt a bit outdated. But I discovered PiktoChart again the other day, and like every other SaaS company now, they've got an AI feature built into it. And we can use this to create really high quality graphics and charts and visuals for blog content within seconds. So if you head over to PiktoChart.com and click the Create with AI button, you're given this AI-powered visual generator, right? And it comes in, you've got all sorts of options to use. You can, good old-fashioned infographics, you've got print and posters and flyers, social media, presentations, even ebooks and documents and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And like anything, you can start prompting. You can prompt it to write a topic, which is fine. It does an okay job. But what I really want to show you is if you have an article of any sort, especially if it's got any data in it. Let's take this one that I've lined up from on Backlinko about SEO stats. And I'm writing let's say we're producing content about answering the question, is SEO dead? Everyone's saying SEO is dead now. Well, I'm writing an article maybe to counter or agree or analyse the situation, and I want to provide some visual imagery because maybe we're going to do some press outreach and maybe we just want to make the blog post more fleshed out, but I don't want to spend hours and hours creating the stuff myself. You can see there's all sorts of options, and the one I really love is this one called Chart. You click that one and add in and go to the paste text /upload file tab and paste your content of your article in there basically. And the best bit is this is completely free to use. You have like 40 or 50 credits. Yeah, there you go, 40 credits left every month. So you can generate quite a lot of content here completely for free. And if you just hit the generate charts button and wait a few seconds, it's very quickly going to produce some pretty cool graphics. So there we go, AI's got to work and it's built out these charts for us. You can see we've even got a nice presentation that it's built. We could even use this to create a nice visual set of reports, really, image straight in there on sort of trend of what we're talking about, Google search stats. This is great. We've almost got a report built here, nice headers in there, but what I really like is the way it builds out its charts and graphics for you. You can see straight away we've got a pie chart with Google search dominance, which we could literally either edit this chart and change the brand colors on, or sometimes you can just take a good old screenshot of these, pull the image and put it straight into your content wherever you need it. You've got click-through rates by position on Google. This is a lovely little visualization as well. All sorts of things, voice market share. So it's only done a few graphs, but for a lot of people that's going to be plenty enough. And if you're not bothered too much about the colours, you can go through, click through and start choosing different sort of colour schemes and all that. Boom, it's literally it's too easy now. It's too easy. Now, these are great. These are good enough for a lot of people. If I want something that's maybe a little more in-depth or maybe even more interactive for a web page or in our brand colours, I'll often go and use Claude which is an AI tool similar to ChatGPT, but it's great for coding and creating visualizations and data and stuff like that, as well as writing content as well. Actually, you could get Claude to do the bulk of all this work, including images. So let's see what we can generate with Claude in terms of blog and sort of PR graphics and things like that. Let's just write a quick prompt. I have an article. Our brand colours are green and silver. I mean, you can actually put hex codes for colours in there as well, to help you get sort of a more stylized version. Can you keep the design of everything in keeping with the brand colors? And then what we're going to do, again, we're going to take the content and we're going to publish it, paste it in there, and let's see what we're gonna get back. Usually it comes out with some pretty good stuff pretty quickly. So here we go. It's finished working now, and you can start to see what it's been coding up for us. You can see it's even almost created the article title and what we're talking about here. And it's got, again, it's very similar to PiktoChart actually, this one, but we've got sort of those alleged brand colors we wanted to put in there, giving us those pie chart visualizations that are interactive as well. We've got a nice line chart here of the trend of voice search, which is a nice depiction with a little caption underneath it. I love this one. Local SEO impact statistics. Local SEO drives business. 76% of people searching for something nearby visit a business within a day. So 46% use local business search. Of that, 76% visit a business within 1 day of searching and finding. 28% purchase rate, and buy after local search percentage is 78%. So some pretty compelling statistics there, that particularly local SEO is alive and thriving, which I don't think anyone can argue with really. And still, organic search drives 300% more traffic than social media. Again, a nice visualization of those two and how that's split, and a verdict at the end. So what's cool as well is this is all code, right? So you can take this and start adding it to your web pages, into your content, or if you're feeling lazy, you can literally just go and say, well, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this graphic, and that's good enough for me to embed in my article. Now, okay, so we've got graphs and graphics and things like that, and those are cool, but maybe they're a bit technical, or you want to generate some imagery for social media to complement your article, or header images, or some striking stuff through the content. Well, I found this other great tool called Ideogram, and it's one of the easiest image generators I've found so far. It doesn't require complex, perfect prompting and all this sort of stuff. It actually pretty much can go off just a few words. So again, we're looking at talking about, is SEO dead? So we could just literally prompt it, is SEO dead? And what it's going to do is it's going to take this prompt and it's going to automatically improve it and use something called magic prompt to give the AI, the LLM, more information about what we want. We can choose the aspect ratio as well. So let's say we want something to go as a header for our blog. We can change that to 16:10, and it's going to give us a nice landscape picture that we can use. Just hit generate. Again, free version of this gives you 10 credits or something. Okay, here we go. Generation is complete, and look at these. These are pretty cool, actually. I actually really like these. This is a really nice striking header that actually I might use these for some of my YouTube videos here. These are pretty cool. Yeah, I like that one too. This is great. This is really nice imagery. And classic is SEO is dead on a tombstone, boom, and literally takes seconds to create this stuff. So basically, we have our content, we've got it written, we can go take that content, put it into PiktoChart, put it into Claude, get them to generate some data visualizations, or we can go over to Ideogram and start creating some really striking graphics for our headers and throughout the article and stuff like that. So it's that easy. It's too easy now. There's no excuses now with these tools, with free image resources, to not have great visuals with your content or provide it for clients.